Hi my loves, welcome back to this channel, welcome to Work Your Light. My name is Patricia. In today's video I would like to do an energy checkup. The previous video proved actually that my attempt to provide you with something like a forecast is not in vain. This thing was seriously not in vain, but as you may have seen, there was an energetic difference between how it was predicted about like 4 or 5 days ago and how it's now turning out. So I would say I would really like to first of all start with something that I have been observing in the previous 2 days. So it is about our inner child and the topic of that we currently are, integrating this new emotional belief system, something that is subconscious, something that is actually more on the energetic side. Let's call it our inner child. Okay, because our inner child knows how we really feel, and if we are connected to our inner child, we will directly know where the crux is, where the issue is, where is the core of it. Okay, so our inner child knows really good how we're feeling. Okay, so today's video is like very much about that, because I found something out. Let's call it a challenge. It's not actually a challenge. There is a topic, okay? And I realized that when I'm asking about like how does my inner child feel about it, the outcome is different than what my mind says, what my logic says. I just want to point out the importance. Just give me a moment, make myself comfortable. I just want to point out, let's put it on like 2 years ago. We have been talking about we still need to heal our inner child. We still have to. Now comes the point. It feels like we back then, needed to ask our higher self to have an outlook on our inner child in order to heal it. I do feel that our inner child healed quite intensely. So now, it's so interesting. Now, we are asking our inner child, how does it feel in regards to check up on our mental space. You get what I mean? Before we were connecting to our higher self, now it's completely enough to connect to our inner child, to connect to our intuition. And this is how I'm kind of merging it. Okay, so what I found out is that there is a topic that I'm currently working on. And I found out that sometimes I thought that I cannot differentiate between, is this now my intuition, or is this my low limited self-beliefs, or a low vibrational and limited self-belief. Now it's enough if we ask our inner child. So if you have done some sort of inner child work, like meeting this little girl or little boy, like for example in a place that you know was like safe when you've been a kid, or a place or a situation, a memory where you felt settled, where you felt good, grounded, where you felt at home. Okay, it could be your literal home, but it also could be somewhere else where you felt really like caught, okay, where you felt safe. So this inner child healing is working pretty simple actually. Go to meet your child, your inner child there at this point, and ask him or her how he or she is feeling. So what I'm doing is I've been doing this actually often enough to can say that I kind of have a very instant connection to my inner child. So I can feel, I can see, I see her face, I see her whether she is I can see whether she is in a good mood or in a bad mood, or whether she is like indecisive or ungrounded or anxious. I can see all of these. I know what she is feeling. Okay, so where I thought that this thing that I'm working on, I thought like maybe I should not do this because this or that or this or that. I haven't been asking my inner child the whole time. And then I asked her, and I found her face. She's so happy. She's so happy with this idea. She's so happy with this thought. So that gave me some sort of stability. Stability that is already within me. But my logic, many of you I saw in the previous video, you've been like starting a conversation. Jess, for example, you have been starting a conversation, and I found like, okay, so I'm exactly feeling the same. It's like such a dense, heavy energy, like this cloud that I mentioned, like that is like up on our head. And you guys have been talking about anxiety or being angry. This is very much tied to irrational actions, irrational thoughts, feelings that I've been talking about in a previous video. So let's have a check-in. Let's have a check-in how we perceive our current energetic momentum. And as I have seen, you guys are pretty with me, okay? I mean, this is like I'm reading for my collective. Let's have a look. How do we perceive this current energetic momentum? And then let's have a look at how our inner child actually is feeling about the situation. Okay, so for some of us, for some/many of us, it is very much about, we think that we need to take a decision. We think that we need to act on something or be very sure on something. But the astrology is in general very much talking about not now. It's not necessary now to act on something. It's really not necessary now. And they want me to talk about the Mercury retrograde. Well, the point is, yes, okay, let's take the Mercury retrograde into consideration. But I'm really, it's very important for us to get that sooner or later, this astrology thing is not going to have a very deep impact on us as it does right now. Okay, so implementing slightly a belief system of that the only thing that you need to know in regards to forecasting or something like that, the only thing that is important for you right now is your internal stability, is you having a good conversation with your inner child. This is very important because, I mean, like, let's turn the thing upside down. We have been having conversations with our inner child in regards to, hey, I'm here for you, I'm here with you, you're not alone in this. But have we ever been thinking about that maybe our inner child also wants to teach us something? Wants to tell us everything is cool, I'm having heavy chills, like for real. What do you think about that? We should absolutely start changing our perspective on what co-creation is, because that's also co-creation. So, how do we perceive our current situation? Conception, the number 16. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin. Wow. The place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of the space and what we can manifest through our focused awareness and intention. And my guides, they say, have fun. Really shift your focus on pleasure is what they say. And they also pointing out Taurus, which is very much in regards to Venus. So we're talking here about enjoy the pleasures of life, enjoying really taking care of yourself. That's why I'm actually right now doing the video, because I wanted to do something that is really, really bringing me fun. And this to me, doing this video is self-care for me. A lot of self-care. So, yes. I mean, like the card says it all. Let's get two. I would like to have two clarifier, or maybe more. Okay, two clarifier on the conception card. Okay. So we have the Tower. Yeah. I mean, come on, guys. We have the Tower, and the World is like surrender. And I know it's like you do hear this always, but in these moments where we feel that we need to take a decision, the best advice, where we feel the urge, due to anger, due to anxiety, just in order to get out of this uncomfortable space. I get this. But don't forget where you come from. Don't forget what your origin is. Don't forget to connect to your inner child. Because this place, this frequency is going to provide you with a lot of stability. Okay? Some of us may have been so busy in kind of clearing things up, purging and stuff like that we forgot about this option of having a talk with our inner child. And in addition to that, on top of that, maybe changing our perspective on what co-creation is and allowing our inner child to nourish us and to give us security, because that's a part of us. It's still a part of us. It's nothing out like outside of us. This is within us. This inner child is within us. So it is simply that we are just using different tools to create stability. Okay? And I mean, like, guys, what's better than having enough tools? This is, again, another thing. This is also going to give you more security when you know you have different tools which you can like just pick up and like, let's try this one. If this not is like giving me what I would like to have, let's try this one addition. And every tool is going to do something. Okay, so are you also here sitting in quietness? Okay, so let's have a look at how our inner child is perceiving this current situation. Gaia. And this is like very interesting because the Gaia card was this card that I've been drawing, not in the last one, in this one prior to that one. Solar plexus chakra, guys. I mean, that's absolutely it. That's where it leads to. Okay, our stability will then crack wide open like our solar plexus chakra. It's, we will be more able to receive and to put out and take action. This is the divine masculine card, solar plexus chakra, to me right now. Taking action on what it is that we want if we have the confidence. But in order to have the confidence, we need to be grounded, Gaia. Okay, so our inner child seems to be grounded. Let's get some clarifier. The Emperor, what did I say? Divine masculine energy. Yeah, and the Six of Swords. The thing is, like, this is so interesting because our inner child is actually saying like, hey guys, all is cool. We are cool here. Your inner child is cool. I mean, like, that isn't that cool, to be honest? Your inner child is cool. It's just your mental space that still needs to click into place. That's everything, okay? I'm feeling guided towards a clarifier, Wheel of Fortune, of course. Because your inner child knows that the energy, because you've been practicing this often enough that now your inner child is now like, your inner child is this guide over there. And I'm getting chills. Your inner child is this guide. Your inner child knows in which direction to steer in order to then take balanced action. Yeah, and taking decisions. The Two of Wands. Okay? The back of the deck again. The Eight of Cups. Thank you. Damn. Listen, guys. The thing is that the Eight of Cups, I actually wanted to talk in the previous video. I think I've been pulling the Eight of Cups. And what's interesting, what they want to point out, your inner child already knows that that your inner child is like detached. Your inner child is detached and has already been walking away from what doesn't serve her or him. But our mental space doesn't know it yet. And that's fine. That's why this is like our ego. It's like our ego is like the engine or the fuel for our challenging beliefs, you know, these things that we're having in our head and that are still like adapting to this frequency, and that's okay. Having patience with ourselves is important. Eight of Cups. There was something I wanted to mention that I forgot in the previous video, and I'm actually very grateful that they bring up the Eight of Cups again. Detachment. The Eight of Cups is also detachment from thoughts, places, and people that are not serving our highest vibrational outcome, that are not serving our this what we are here for. You know this. Wonderful. That was a really good reading. It is so important because that's an epiphany that I had like yesterday, and I was like, it was very interesting. I've been pulling cards like about how do I see the situation and how does my inner child see the situation. I was like, damn, I have seriously not taken this into consideration that my inner child is now in the driver's seat. And this is freaking awesome. It's not really in the driver's seat. It is my baseline. And we did it. Okay? We did this. Try this out. Have a conversation with your inner child. And asking yourself very honest the question, what exactly am I worried about? What exactly am I angry about? What exactly is this? Okay? And coming back into alignment, this is what the Gaia card is saying. Our inner child is grounded. Let's adapt to our inner child. Let's adapt our mental space to our frequency. Okay, to our essence, to our core. This is what the conception card is also talking about. Okay, in order to then close out the cycle with the World card. Okay, I think we are not only already in it, I think we actually already closed it out, but our mind is like still like like that. Okay, so I'm almost there. Yes, our mind is almost there, and that's okay, and it's fine. And it's so important that you're having very good, very nourishing, nurturing, mothering, positive self-talk with yourself. Okay? Having patience with yourself. Wonderful. Great. Guys, I'm wishing you a great weekend. Yeah, gonna see you by the end of this week. Bye. Stay grounded. Namaste.